guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the second last day of my hotel quarantine and by noon tomorrow I'll be back to the real world. I'm so excited. I haven't been able to walk on the street, I haven't been able to breathe the fresh air, well, fresh city air full of dust and gasoline. Anyways, you get my point. I am thrilled. But yeah, to give you a bit of context, 2 weeks ago I was super stressed about this quarantine. Not just of the confinement itself, but also because of the uncertainty. Quarantine hotels here are randomly assigned, and that leads to uncertainty. I don't do well with uncertainty. My mind gets freaked out with uncertainty. What if the hotel room is dirty? What if it's too small? What if the food is bad? No food delivery is allowed? And on top of everything, how can I stay active? For the record though, I never think of myself as a bodybuilder, but it's the concept of the confinement itself that's preventing me from doing all the stuff that I was used to. Even to just go walk on the street or go hiking or go shopping or go eating and all of those things. How can I do it? Fast forward to today, I think one of the biggest things I've learned from this quarantine experience is that there's always potential in us. And yes, life hands you challenges and sometimes you don't want to deal with them, but there are always modifications. There's always a way. And I know for a fact that modifications are not perfect, and that's why they're called modifications for a reason. But the ability to accept the challenge, the ability to realize our potential is rewarding. And if you're also experiencing quarantine or your city or community is at lockdown, your training schedule is disrupted, we can take a look at this video and see how I turn my hotel room into my home gym. So yeah, the first thing I got is a yoga mat. I know it's so cliche, right? The yoga mat. Oh, it's nothing exciting at all. But there are loads of exercises you can do. And for me, the training that I've incorporated the most are the core training, balance training, plyometrics, and stretching. Oh, and also gluteal complex training. Maybe it's not as exciting, but yeah, I do agree that yoga mat training can be boring sometimes. I cannot do it every day. As much as I like some of those movements, I get bored. And that's why you can think about getting the second kit, which are resistance bands. I brought 3 long loops. So the thicker one is intended for pull-ups. I didn't get a pull-up bar, so actually you can use it at all in a hotel. But I have 2 long loop ones. Those ones I use them very often. With those long loop ones, I am able to do most of the exercises that I want to do at the gym. Now, I know for a fact that they're not perfect, right? One of the annoying things about resistance bands for me is that their resistance is inconsistent, and once we are at the peak of our movement, the resistance is the strongest and it bothers me. I spent quite some time to focus on the different biomechanics of resistance bands, and I have to say it's rewarding. It's rewarding as in I'm taking new challenges and I'm getting my body to get used to the new challenges that it has not faced before. And they're just so cheap. They're so cheap. Think about how much you would need to spend on a cable machine and how much you spend on resistance bands. Yeah, I never thought I would say I love resistance bands, but now I do. And on top of resistance bands, I added a bar. Supinated, hypernated, wider grip, and shorter grip. Well, as you can see, this is not a gym bar. A normal gym bar is too heavy for me to carry, and normally they're just too long. This one is a roller for cooking. It's completely wooden. I love the grip, and it's easy to transport. Do I have to have it? Not necessarily, but I love the different grip, I love the texture. It's just more variations for me, and I love variations. Oh yeah, right, other than the long loops, so got short loop ones as well. I think there are a total of 4 of them. They're very helpful for me to activate my gluteal complex. I tend to have overactive quadriceps and underactive gluteal muscles. Yeah, so whenever I do donkey kicks or hydrant kicks, I can really feel my gluteal muscles burn. Now, honestly speaking, I think with those 2 kits, the yoga mat and resistance bands, we are all set. Technically, if you want to add more fun elements to your routine like I do, I highly recommend adding 5 more kits to your daily routine. And they are foam roller, exercise ball, agility ladder, a pair of sliders, and a pair of jumping rope. And they are also the add-ons. You don't have to have them, but I love to incorporate them into my training because I like variations. For the foam roller, I didn't plan on getting one. I brought my massage gun with me, but only to realize that my quadriceps is still overactive. And massage gun is not very helpful for bigger muscle groups. So yeah, I got a foam roller anyways. If you have overactive muscle groups, just get one. They're cheap anyways. With the exercise ball, I think it's by far my favorite new toy. It's never been the thing that I do. Balance training, not my thing. I've just started to realize it's just so much fun and so rewarding. I started out so bad with the kneeling balance. Just so bad. And now I'm just getting better with it. The kind of sense of accomplishment is just enormous. Sliders, also never be my thing. I got my sliders a few years back and probably used them once or twice. But the thing is, they really burn your core, and I have a weak core, I have to say. When we do normal mountain climbers, we use a lot of momentum. I've always felt it more like a cardio exercise rather than a core activation exercise. But with the sliders, trust me, mountain climbers with sliders, you actually feel your core. So many resources online about sliders, and I feel exceptionally good learning something new every day. Now I need to say the agility ladder and the jumping rope, those two things require quite some space. This quarantine hotel room that I get is actually 3 times the size of my small apartment in Hong Kong. I can even do staircase workout here. So yeah, I got lucky. I have the luxurious space to utilize the agility ladder and the jumping rope. To add the steps and the cardio into my routine has been great for me. If you don't have that much space, don't worry, those two things are not a necessity. You can still do cardio, you can still do agility on a yoga mat, sliders, or with the exercise ball. Alright, now I really need to get my temperature checked. I cut it off here. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Take care, everybody.